It's the B Plus Wrestling Podcast.
The Moose.
You might not be an A, but you are a B plus.
Check it out! Here we go! You wanna mess with us? 'Cause we're steady on the ground.
All right, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends, welcome to the B Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Saturday. You know what that means. It's NXT Takeover Preview Day. I almost said NXT Takeover Day, but that's on Sunday. The actual pay-per-view airs on Sunday. Joining me for the NXT edition to look at NXT Takeover 25, as well as what happened in NXT this week. Danders, how are you?
Living large, my friend. And yourself?
I am well. This is podcast 2 of the day, but I'm not going to let that hold me back. Let's get into it. Before we do, have you watched NXT UK?
Lol.
Now, look, Danders, we've had this talk. If you're going to do the NXT edition, you've got to get around NXT UK, okay? It's actually starting to pick up now with Volta's little group. So Volta, you'll recall, won the title from Pete Dunne.
Yep, I do recall.
And Pete Dunne tried to win the title back, and it looked like he was going to, but Volta had some friends that we didn't know about. Eichner and Bartel have joined Volta, and they kicked off the show this week, coming out and, cutting a promo. The crowd want Dunne. They're chanting for Dunne. They're booing every time Bartel tries to put the microphone up to his mouth. It was kind of like the Roman Reigns thing after WrestleMania.
That sounds, although it is in the UK, so it might be different, but that sounds very unlike the NXT universe. I'm assuming that the UK universe is a little bit different, because I feel like the NXT universe, it's like, yeah, they boo the bad guys, they cheer the good guys, but they're also very respectful of the show taking place. Like, they don't try and hijack the show the way that shitty WWE fans do.
Yeah. Well, the UK are the masters of hijacking, right? Their chants and their singing, and their the UK fans are the fans that lead the boisterous charge on those WrestleMania post WrestleMania Raws, I think. Yeah,
that's fair. They do love their soccer chants and stuff.
Yeah. So every time he tried to put the mic to his mouth, they would boo him, which, I found it entertaining. But he basically says that they're here to lead us to a better NXT UK. They're going to raise the flag and restore honor and professionalism to the sport of professional wrestling, which to me, they sound like faces, right?
I don't know. That's pretty heelish to be like, how it is now is bad. We make it better. Especially are they Austrian also?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at, is really they're getting booed because they're foreigners.
I was going to say, when you have, this is controversial, I'm even regretting before I say it, but it's like when you have Austrians saying that they're going to fix everything and take out the bad guys, there's a certain historical figure that springs to mind who was also Austrian.
There's an Austrian, a German, and a French person in this group.
That sounds like the start of like a really racist joke. So an Austrian, a Frenchman, and a German.
Yeah. And Volta is it's sort of a reformation of Ringkampf, which was their group in WXW and Progress on the Indies that that both Bartel and Volta were a part of. But now they've added Eichner in, and they're calling themselves Imperium. Was the point of this promo. Like they still have the same catchline, like the mat is sacred and we are Imperium. So they're just sort of letting us know that they're here to run the show. But I don't consider them heels, because, and this is a big thing that happens with me in NXT UK, like, unless your heels are acting like complete dicks, like, I get that they interfered in the match and whatnot to save the title, which is kind of heelish, I guess. That's definitely heelish. But it just seems like the NXT UK product really wants to make heels out of anyone that's not English, which to me is really shit. Like, that's just shit booking.
But it's also, it seems very in line with like WWE. It's like having foreign
equals bad.
Yeah. And like, I think I've brought this up like 10,000 times. The one that springs to mind is Rusev. When you had like Rusev being like, Americans are dumb, Americans are fat, Americans can't read, everyone else in the world hates Americans, and Americans are like, boo. And everyone else like, where is the lie?
Yeah, everyone else like, yeah. And like, I think every time you bring it up, I bring up the feud with Roman Reigns too, where Roman Reigns just bullied him and interfered with his wedding and shoved his wife's face into a cake, right?
Yep.
Like, and he was the face. But anyway, Pete Dunne interrupts here, and it's still super weird seeing Pete Dunne without that UK title
in his mouth.
He just looks naked, though, or hungry. I don't know, one or the other. He comes out and says that they get into it, and then British Strong Style come out to back him up, and so we're going to get British Strong Style versus Imperium. We're going to get a 6-man tag. The cameraman gets knocked over because they're brawling so bad, and we get these really bad. This is why I wish you watched it, because you could talk with me about how awful this was. Like this bad static. Like remember with videos when a video would get to the very end of the video, and you'd get a bit of static, and then you'd get the rainbow lines.
Yep.
That happened. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That happened. And then it came back, and like the camera's like on the ground sideways, and you can still see their feet as they're punching on. You can hear the commentary like fading in and out, being like, I don't know what's going on. This is chaos. And then it goes and it goes back out again. And it was like, that was really awfully done.
That sounds really cheesy.
Yeah. From a production standpoint, don't do this again.
Okay.
It felt very B grade. Then we move on and we get Gallus, the team of Wolfgang and the other Coffee brother, defeating Carlos Romo and A-Kid. Quick little squash match. Carlos Romo and A-Kid are fantastic. I'd love to see them come back. We get a Xia Brookside promo about Ginny and Jazzy attacking her the other week, and Isla Dawn comes in and says, hey, we should team up. I bet we can take it to them. So they're going to team up in the future, it seems. We get Joseph Connors cutting a little selfie promo. Haven't seen these in a while. The 205 Live style selfie promos. Talks about Ilya Dragunov. People say that Ilya is the most physical and intense man in the NXT UK, which I don't think anyone says that about Ilya Dragunov. Like, he's on the roster with Volta. Anyway. And he's like, we'll see about that. I'm going to show him what physical intensity is. So we're going to get Joseph Connors versus Ilya Dragunov in the future as well.
Solid.
Yeah. Then we get my match of the week in all of NXT, Jack Gallagher versus Cassius Ohno. This was a really good match. Had some stiff competition in NXT this week, but this match was fantastic. Lots of homages to European wrestling of old, pulling out old Johnny Saint spots and what have you. Gallagher uses the technical wrestling to control the first part of the match, and then Ohno takes over. He gets sick of trying to out-wrestle him and just punches him in the face.
Solid tactic. Solid.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he just uses all those strikes and ultimately gets the win after one of his knockout punches, and he pins him, but Gallagher positions his leg under the ropes, but the ref doesn't see it, and then Ohno pulls the leg back in as he gets up after the 3 count. So bit of a dodgy finish there, but it was a fantastic match. Definitely recommend people watch this match.
Yeah, fair call.
Yeah.
Fair call.
Then
I know some of the names that you're saying.
Jack Gallagher and Cassius Ohno.
I do.
The 205 Live guy and the NXT guy.
Yep, that's exactly how I know them. The Umbrella guy and the guy who Matt Riddle beat the shit out of.
Repeatedly. So badly that he had to go all the way to the United Kingdom to try to, regain a sense of pride. Piper Niven says that if Rhea Ripley wants to fight, she'll be waiting. And then we get the NXT UK title match, women's title match, main eventing the show. Toni Storm versus Nina Samuels. Toni Storm wins, lol. I think we're going to get to the point where Toni Storm will look as naked as Pete Dunne does without a belt. Because she's just fucking amazing.
I thought that you were going in a different direction there, and I'm really proud of you, Greg.
Of course, yeah. No, I see. I didn't even think of that.
Poor choice of words, but
yes,
it doesn't matter how rough the flight as long as you stick the landing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that she's an amazing champion. Was my point.
Yeah,
and she's going to become synonymous with that title in short order. Like, I almost forgot Rhea Ripley was the first champion, and she's our girl.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't have any sort of strong memories of Ripley defending, to be honest.
No.
But I know that she underwent some controversy in recent times. She has won back over my heart with her role in Total Flogs. We're only 2 episodes in, but she is fucking A1. All of that whole cast. I was really disappointed that there wasn't an episode this week. Apparently we're waiting till next week.
Yeah, they're fortnightly. The fortnightly episodes.
Oh, I thought they were weekly.
No, see, I was in a funk today. I have this. This is why I have 3 podcasts to record tonight because, I mean, people out there in listener land know this. I deal with mental issues, as a lot of us do from time to time. And I was in one of those funks today, man. I could not get out of bed. But one of the good things about being in those funks is you scroll through the gram, and and I got the notification. Elliot Sexton is live right now, and I watched a good 20 minutes of them. It was Elliot Sexton, Jonah Rock, and Rhea Ripley doing filming themselves live as they were recording for the Swerve City podcast, which is Shane Strickland's podcast.
Okay.
Now that he's in NXT, he's allowed to interview NXT people. So, and they were talking about Total Flogs, and yeah, it's a fortnightly show that they're going to do.
That's fair.
Yeah, and so people, if you want to hear our Aussie Total Flogs cast. If you want to hear, Jonah Rock, you want to hear Elliot Sexton, you want to hear Rhea Ripley, go listen to Swerve City Season 2, Episode 1, because they're the first NXT guys to be on the show with Swerve Shane Strickland. Pretty cool.
Good plug there.
Yeah.
Quality
That's what I do,
plug.
baby. It's what I do.
Quality plug.
Yeah, I get depressed and watch way too much wrestling content, so you don't have to.
Oh.
Yeah. But next week and the week after look pretty good on NXT UK. We've got Travis Banks, Joe Coffey, the good Coffey brother. The Coffey brothers, I don't get it. Anyway, Jordan Devlin and Dave Mastiff going on a 4-man match for the number 1 contendership to Volta's UK title. And then the week after that, we get British Strong Style versus Imperium in a 6-man tag match. So a couple of strong weeks coming up in NXT UK. Now's the time to jump on board, Danders. You realize that you've committed to doing the NXT podcast while Mikey's gone, if not further into the future, right?
Mikey's only gone for a couple more weeks.
This is what I have to deal with, people. This is the struggle
Yeah.
of working with Danders.
And this is,
Yeah, but moving on, let's cut across to NXT, which you did watch.
I did watch, yes.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today. Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, OUTBREAK NUTRITION. OUTBREAK NUTRITION are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at OUTBREAK NUTRITION. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OUTBREAKNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OUTBREAKNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout. Yes, so NXT proper itself, kicking off with Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair. Pretty good match. Mia Yim wins using the braid against Belair. Interesting.
Yeah, it was a bit of a different tactic. It was
I'm surprised no one's done that before.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. I'm really on the fence with Bianca Belair. I feel like half of my brain is going undefeated and the other half is going overrated. I really don't know how to feel about her, because I feel like she's losing a bit, especially like once her losing streak was done. She's lost a little bit of her pizzazz. So I'm hoping that she switches it up a bit. This was like a really good opener. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It was okay.
I enjoy Belair. I think she's incredibly athletic, incredibly powerful. You know, she's the strongest, fastest, biggest. Did you watch the NXT Combine or the Performance Center Combine on the network?
Greg, whenever you go to ask me, did you watch this? Just realize that the answer it's no. It's no.
Well, see, I have to be careful with how I word things because when I asked you if you'd heard of something, you got very upset with me. So. All right. Well, they did this thing, the Performance Center. They did it was like, I guess it was kind of like a CrossFit thing. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list to get to, but, you know, I'm also dealing with the best of the Super Juniors at the moment, which is every single night. And so, yeah, but they did that. And that's where, you know, someone like Bianca Belair gets over. Like she's super strong, super fast, jumps really high, and it's like freakish.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. But as well, I like the hair gimmick. I like the using it as a weapon, using it to hook the ropes to give herself leverage. And I like having it used against her as well, which I'm surprised it took someone this long to figure that out.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad match. It was just like, it was a good opening match for NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think there was a great match on NXT this week, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't
kind of average.
It wasn't an amazing show to watch, especially like I'm used to having quite high standards, I guess, for NXT, so it's not really fair. But yeah, this was okay.
Yeah. So then we get a video package for Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. Now, this was an amazing video package. I think we can talk about that when we get to TakeOver 25 preview stuff. We also see Shayna backstage being interviewed saying that, you know, they're talking about when Io Shirai attacked with the kendo stick to save Candice LeRae, and that, you know, in the match on Sunday or Saturday, that she's not going to have any weapons, but Shayna's weapons are going to be there. So, certified, she views her friends as objects.
Yeah, the twin ambassadors of pain.
Yeah,
that's what
they're just there. Fists. They're literally just there. No, she's not talking about her fists, though. She was talking about the other horsewomen.
I know. I was
Wasn't
joking.
She?
Yes, she was. But then I said the twin ambassadors of pain. And I was like, that's what I call my fists.
Okay. Well, see, you confused me because I'm like, oh shit, was she talking about herself as the weapon?
No. She was talking about Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman's going to be
That's a deep cut.
The weapon.
That's a deep cut.
The weapon, Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman versus Ken Shamrock. Those are some classics.
Oh, God. I felt like that was every pay-per-view from like 1997 to 1999.
So good.
It was so good.
Anyway.
Proceed.
Anyway. Then we get to the match of the night. Pretty clear, I think. Drew Gulak versus Kushida. Kushida picks up the win, and I was really excited for this match, and it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. Trading holds, Kushida's trying to get the arm, and Gulak's trying to get the ankle, and they kept going back and forth around that spot. It was a good match. It was well put together, but it just wasn't what I thought it could be.
It was,
and maybe they're going to have another match. That's why.
It felt very fast, like everything was going very quickly, and I'm just like, just chill out, guys. Fucking relax,
Yeah, and none of the matches on this show were very long, considering it's a go home show, and so they're giving us videos and promos.
Yeah,
really, you watch NXT for what's happening in the ring more than anything.
Absolutely, because there was only 3 matches. How many is there normally?
Sometimes anywhere from 3 to 5, generally speaking. Yeah.
Yep.
Then we get Io Shirai's response to Shayna, which for some reason my notes here have autocorrected Io Shirai to Oi Shiraz.
That's a bogan Aussie character.
Straight up. That's Shazza McKenzie if she ever gets signed to NXT.
Yeah.
Oi Shiraz. So Oi Shiraz says she's not afraid of Shayna or her friends. And then Candice shows up. And this is basically the same as what happened on NXT UK, which when you're watching them back to back, it stands out a little. Because on NXT UK, we had Xia Brookside cutting a promo about Ginny and Jazzy and being like, she's not going to back down. And then Isla Dawn comes up and is like, hey, we should team up. And then in this case, Candice LeRae comes up and she's like, thank you for having my back. I'll have your back on Saturday.
Aw, so wholesome.
And then we get Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole video. Again, we'll touch on that with TakeOver 25. And the Forgotten Sons, Birch and Lorcan, they going at it in tag team action for the main event, but it doesn't last very long because Jackson Riker interferes. Then he gets jumped by the Street Profits, and then it's a no contest. And then Undisputed Era attack, and everything breaks down, and ladders come out, and Undisputed Era win the day.
Yeah, apart from Undisputed Era, I didn't really understand. I need to watch more regularly, obviously, because I only knew, the Undisputed Era in this scene. I was like, what is going on? I don't know what we're yelling about.
Well, what's happened here is the Viking Raiders, and we'll start talking about NXT TakeOver 25 here. The Viking Raiders have relinquished their tag team titles so that they can retire. And as a result of this, the vacant tag team championship is being decided in a match between Undisputed Era, the Street Profits, the Forgotten Sons, and Lorcan and Birch.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Basically, the artists formerly known as the War Raiders have relinquished the titles, and now we're getting 4 teams facing off for the tag team titles. And this was just your generic, basic. We all want the titles. We all have this big match coming up, so we're going to end the show in a schmoz. With one team standing tall, which means, of course, Undisputed Era will not be winning the tag team titles.
Which I think is fair enough. I don't think they need them, to be honest.
Yeah. Who would you put it on? So let's do the prediction thing. So we've got Undisputed Era, Street Profits, Forgotten Sons, and Lorcan and Birch. Who do you give the nod to?
I have no idea.
You got to pick someone. Come
on. Lorcan and Birch, because their names are the most fun to say.
I thought you'd go with the Street Profits.
No,
and then I could have made some kind of joke about how I'm the white man supporting the racists, the biker gang guys. I don't think that they're not actually racists. I don't think that's ever been part of their thing, but I can't help but think it.
Yeah, which I think
with
is fair.
Just with their general attire. I feel like the Forgotten Sons, I feel like it's their time to walk out with the championships.
Okay, cool.
We've also got Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong on TakeOver 25 this weekend. So, Matt Riddle's the big new babyface.
Yep.
And so Undisputed Era want to get rid of him.
Understandable.
Basically.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I think that Matt Riddle will take them out pretty easily. I think he's quite hot right now.
He's got to, right?
Yeah.
He's got to. And this will lead up to, presumably something with Adam Cole, right? Because if he goes through the Undisputed Era guys and then he gets to the final boss, Adam Cole, I feel like that's the way it goes, which we'll get to Adam Cole in a minute. The match I'm most excited for, the NXT North American Championship, Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze.
I didn't realize Tyler Breeze was back in NXT, but I love it.
He made his return last week.
Yep, I think that he fits there. That character fits in NXT. It's really a shame what happened to him on the main roster, which was absolutely nothing. But
hang on. He had some moments. The Fashion Files was hilarious.
They were funny, but they were treated like a joke. And Tyler Breeze is too good of a performer to be a backstage joke to me.
Yeah.
I think his character just doesn't fit on the main roster.
No. Well, this is the thing, which, I'm going to do it again. Have you listened to the Talk is Jericho podcast with Dean Ambrose?
No, but no spoilers, because I am actually going to listen to that.
What do you mean no spoilers? We're doing a show here, and it's relevant.
La 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 la. No spoilers.
At one point he does talk about if you crack a joke, whether it's on air or backstage, if you crack a joke and Vince McMahon hears like, oh, this guy has some comedic timing, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as a wrestler in WWE, the last thing you want is for Vince McMahon to realize that you have a good sense of humor, because then you are stuck doing trash comedy that they write for you. Like, it's not even, hey, this guy's funny, let's let him be funny. It's let's give him the comedy spot. Yeah. Because we've got to have comedy on our shows. And you got to listen to the podcast. It's very damning of the WWE creative process.
I have no doubt.
but Tyler Breeze, he's one of those guys where to see him go back, or to see, like, at this point, I would love to see Cesaro go back to NXT.
Yep.
Right? Because this is where they're allowed to wrestle, and they're allowed to build proper characters and tell proper stories, and it feels like wrestling. And just let the good people come back to NXT for do like a couple of months at a time. Let them cycle.
And for the large part, they're allowed to be foreign without their foreignness determining who they are as a character.
Yeah, defining them.
Yeah, that's what
like
I mean.
even the what was it, what were they called? The Lucha. They weren't the Lucha House Party. The Lucha Dragons.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't that they were luchadors or they were Mexicans, right? They were the Lucha Dragons. It was a whole thing. Even though they came out saying lucha. They were probably the worst example. But Shinsuke as well. Shinsuke had an amazing run in NXT.
Yep.
And Kushida at the moment. It's not, oh, look at this guy from Japan doing Japanese things. He's just, he's Kushida, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. NXT's amazing. and it's good to see Tyler Breeze back, but the video package was so good, the one that they had on NXT. This Velveteen Dream, his promo asking, like, oh, do you remember what the spotlight feels like? That promo, to me, it makes NXT feel bigger than the main roster.
Yeah. Whenever I think of, like, and this is going to be testing the age of our audience, that part in Billy Madison where he goes back to third grade after he's, when he's in high school, and in third grade is like, I can't wait to go to high school, and Adam Sandler grabs him and he's like, stay here, stay as long as you can.
Yes.
Do not leave. It's like, that's what I think
So
of,
good.
like, when I imagine those guys going back to NXT, and they're like, I can't wait to get the call up.
No, you do not want the call up. Yeah, I feel like Tyler Breeze as well, like in his promo, it just, the whole thing makes it feel like he's very happy to be there. He's very happy to be home, and he's going to put I feel like this match will steal the show, which, when you got Adam Cole and Gargano in the main event, it's no easy feat to steal the show, but Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze, they're two of the biggest characters, best characters that NXT has produced.
And they're so charismatic.
Yes.
They're so, like, yeah.
And so I think, if anything, this is where we see some sort of shot taken at AEW, by the way.
I don't think they'll do it on NXT. I don't think it's very NXT-esque.
Well, the only reason I say it is because it's Triple H's show.
Yeah, but I don't think Triple H is that petty. No,
but Triple H is, I don't think he's petty at all. I think Triple H likes to have fun. Like when so allegedly Triple H was the one, according to the Young Bucks, Triple H was the one who was handling the contract negotiations with them, right?
Yep.
And they talked at length about being the elite, because that he was going to say, like, bring being the elite onto the network, right? And you can have access to all the guys that you have in WWE. Like, you can have your Finn Balor on Being the Elite. You can have all your friends, AJ Styles, all these guys show up on Being the Elite. It'll be great. You can bring Adam Cole back from the dead, right? But he said that they said that Triple H appreciated the whole thing where, with him showing up on Being the Elite with the sledgehammer and getting super kicked a billion times, and he thought it was funny. Like, he understands wrestling, and, like, look at the DX stuff, right? He understands wrestling, and he understands that antagonistic relationship, and he went and called them a pissant company, and then Cody destroyed the throne. I feel like Triple H is kind of in on the joke.
Yeah, I think so. Especially, like, when you think of all the stuff that happened when they were brought into the Hall of Fame. Like, they made a few references, especially with Billy Gunn there and stuff like that. I just think that I just don't think that it will happen on NXT, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like NXT is, like, kind of here, because even when he's was super bad guy on, Authority and whatever, he was still the good guy on NXT. Like, when he showed up on NXT and stuff like that. Like, I just think that he sees that as being completely separate. So here's my pitch for what shot they could take, or what little joke they could take, right? Remember when Velveteen Dream came out at, I think it was the takeover before WrestleMania, and he had the tights that said, "Call me up, Vince"? Yep.
What if you had the tights that say, "Call me up, Cody"? but like put a star on the DY. So it's just call me up C star star Y. Right? Just something little like that, just a little subtle thing from one of, because I feel like you can't go by without addressing the fact that he just destroyed your throne, you know?
I just think that would be more of a main roster thing. If it was going to happen, it would happen on the main roster. I don't think that Triple H would bring that pettiness into NXT because he sees that as his baby, like that's his child.
Yeah.
Like same way, like he wouldn't have digs at like anyone's kids or whatever when talking shit. He wouldn't like bring his little baby into it.
Maybe not. I hope he does. That's me though. That's me because I enjoy that antagonistic relationship and I enjoy Triple H's sense of humor. So I'm hoping that something happens. If it doesn't, it's going to be fine anyway. But this match is going to be amazing and I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to remind everyone just how fucking good Tyler Breeze can be. For
the record, I know that you did the Double or Nothing thing show and I didn't join you because I hadn't watched it or whatever. I don't know if I'm in the minority. I didn't like the chest smashing thing.
No, you're in the majority from what I can tell. I loved it. I'm in the minority here. And we actually haven't done the Double or Nothing podcast yet. We're doing it for Sunday for our All the Rest episode. We're going to cover Double or Nothing.
Okay. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy for that. I'm happy that you don't have to do it on your lonesome. To me, that was just, I was like, this is your moment to have your own thing. Have your own thing. Like this just... You know what I'm thinking about right now is I'm thinking about WWE. You're making me think about WWE during, I don't know, it just seemed really petty.
The crowd popped huge for it.
Yeah, but of course they do because like they could, fucking Cody Rhodes could go into the middle of the ring, take a fucking shit and then jerk off over it. And all the AEW fans are like, oh my God, it's so original.
I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's accurate, but to me, it fit the whole attitude killer thing, which I guess we'll talk about this, or I'll talk about this with Mr. Mysterious on Sunday. But it fit the attitude era killer thing. He wanted to put that to the side. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. I like that antagonistic kind of relationship. When DX showed up at WCW, when ECW used to take shots, like it would with ECW, it was always different. It was like, it was more like what the Young Bucks did on the pre-show, like the Young Bucks joking about how, it's 20,000 people in the arena, right? That's what you do with wrestling. You inflate the numbers. That's like the Paul Heyman style joke. Like Paul Heyman would shoot with you a little on a promo. I like that shit. Like that's exciting to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. To me,
it's different folks, different flavors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But then we get the NXT Women's Championship as well taking place. Who have you got in this one? Shayna Baszler or Io Shirai?
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. I think Shayna retains as well.
I think it's time for her to leave it behind, but at the same time, she's not leaving it behind before she goes onto the main roster, and there's not room on the main roster for her at the moment. The way that there is booking. There's plenty of room for her, in my opinion, if they want to put on, more than fucking 10 minutes of women's wrestling in fucking 3-hour show. But until then, Shayna retains. Shayna retainer.
Yeah. Shayna retainer. We actually didn't pick a winner for the North American Championship. Do we think Tyler Breeze actually captures the title, or does Velveteen Dream walk out retaining?
Velveteen Dream, I think. He's too hot.
He's only a new champion.
Yeah. Velveteen is so hot right now.
So hot right now.
Yeah.
That would fit the Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, that's why I fucking said it.
I would like to see them become friends out of this match. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, but not in a fashion police kind of way.
No, not at all. Just in a, like, we respect each other and we will have each other's back in tight situations. Like if, you run up against Undisputed Era, right? Mm-hmm. We'll be there for each other. Like, I feel like that would be a cool relationship to see develop. And I trust both Tyler Breeze and Velveteen Dream as the performers. And I trust Road Dogg as like the head producer guy to not make it be hokey and crap.
Yep, I believe.
Yeah. I believe in NXT. NXT, I have like they've bought good faith from me. Oh,
absolutely.
Just
like I watched
consistency.
I watched this show, which was, in my opinion, quite average by standards. No idea what was going on, and still really enjoyed it. Like, it was easy for me to watch.
Yeah, NXT has that. Anyway, moving on, the main event, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole. One match too many, I think. The 2 out of 3 falls, you can't top it. And I know people said this about about Ciampa and Gargano, but I never felt like Ciampa or Gargano really got to that point where they couldn't top what they'd done previously. I always felt like there was another level they could take it. I still think there's another level that Gargano and Ciampa could take it to.
And they had that was such like a long-seated feud as well.
Yeah.
That was like really methodical, and it was it's not something that you can just recreate. So I'm a little bit over this.
Yeah, Gargano and Cole has been good, and like they're doing a good job. But that 2 out of 3 falls match, like it was perfection to me.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how you top it.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I'm worried about this, and I think that maybe you top it by having Adam Cole be dodgy and walk out with the title.
Yeah, I see Adam Cole. I think it's been too long of him not having the gold. I think that he will topple Gargano, which is a bit annoying because I feel like Gargano's just got the belt.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's the face. The money's in the chase, right?
Yep.
So Johnny Champion, no longer, I think. Adam Cole takes the title, and like I said, we'll probably build Matt Riddle. He'll roll through Roderick Strong, and then he'll have to take on all the Undisputed Era guys before getting to the final boss, Adam Cole.
Yep. I'm on board with this.
That's the general progression we're heading towards, and that's NXT this week.
Oh, here for a good time, not for a long time.
Yeah, basically, that's how things are with NXT.
Yeah.
No 7-hour pay-per-views.
Yep, no fucking 5 hours of watching.
Yeah. Which even Double or Nothing went for, I think, close to 5 hours.
That was a long show.
Like, if you include the pre-show.
Yeah, that was
So it was like 3 hours 40 for the main show, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that long, though. That's the difference. It didn't feel as long as a WWE show.
The pre-show felt long to me. The main show didn't feel long at all. The main show felt really well-timed, but the pre-show was too long. But you'll get to that on whatever date you talk about.
On Sunday. And for now, though, where can people find you, Danders?
You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/Rachel Danderfield, on Instagram at Rachel Danderfield, and on Twitter at Danderfield. A lot of saying Danderfield.
Danderfield. I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. What the fuck is Instagram?
Where you try and catch up on your feed in the morning.
No, see, I thought it was a porn site. Instagram it up your butthole, Lafleur. Anyway, I am Greg Unchained, the Greg Unchained. We collectively are the B+ Wrestling on Twitter because wrestling would have fit the B+ Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you like what we do. And thank you so much for listening.